Good afternoon everyone, my name is Pallavi from BBA-2ND second sem, and today I am going to describe one of the form of organization, that is joint stock company. The 5 forms that we know is sole proprietorship, joint Hindu family business, cooperative society, partnership and joint stock company. The table of contents that we are going to discuss today is meaning and definition, features, types of joint stock company, advantages and disadvantages.
Now we will see the meaning and definition of joint stock company. Joint stock company is a type of company that is owned by the multiple users and collectively owned by the single individual. Joint stock company is a type of company that is owned by the multiple users and the percentage of ownership, voting rights and sharing profits of each shareholder is determined by the shares they hold in the company. The primary objective of joint stock company is to significantly increase the amount of investment received by the corporation. For example, HDFC Bank, Infosys are all some of the prominent examples of joint stock company. Joint stock company can only take place on a large scale project because a single individual cannot afford entire cost. Now we will see some types of joint stock company. So basically there are 3 types of joint stock company: chartered company, statutory company and registered company. Chartered company is a type of company that is established by the head of the state or the firm incorporated by the king or the head of the state is known as chartered company. The statutory company is a type of company that is formed by the particular act of parliament is known as the statutory company. And the last, registered company.
To know more about joint stock company, let's get into its features. So basically there are 8 features of joint stock company: artificial person, separate legal entity, formation, perpetual succession, control, liabilities, common seal and risk bearing. First one is artificial person. A company is being treated as an artificial person. It has its own name and it also deals with its own purpose. It can be sued, it can sue and it can be sued. It can borrow money, lend money and also it can have its own name, but it cannot walk, eat or talk like a normal human being, and that's why it is called as an artificial person. Second one is separate legal entity. From the day of its incorporation, a company is treated as a separate legal entity from the name of law. The members and the company is being treated differently. From the assets and the liabilities, all are different. Third one is formation. The formation of joint stock company is a bit complex, expensive as well as time consuming. It has a several legal requirements that needs to be verified, and it also needs to be verified for the registrar or office, and then the procedures of functioning of joint stock company is being done. That's why it is also an expensive and time consuming process. Fourth one is perpetual succession. Perpetual succession means that members may come and members may go, but the company will continue to exist. The members will go bankrupt or go insolvent or can go insane, but the company will remain to exist, because perpetual succession is the company is only created by law and will only end by the law. There's a special procedure called winding up is being done, and then only the company will shut down. Fifth one is control. The control lies in the hand of board of directors. The board of directors have all the powers and are accountable for the hiring of top level management. They also accompanies and are accountable for all the management and the purpose of the company. Sixth one is liabilities. Unlike sole proprietorship and partnership, the liabilities here are limited. The company has its own liability and the members have its own. For example, if a person has invested 10,000 rupees in a company, he or she is liable to pay only 10,000 to the company for the extent of capital which he or she has invested. Seventh one is common seal. Like a signature, a company is required to have a common seal for the authentication and verification of a document, and that's why a common seal is required. As we know that the company is treated as an artificial person, it will have a common seal, and that is being used before the verification of the document. And the last one is risk bearing. Unlike sole proprietorship and partnership, the risk here is borne by all the members and the company, not in the hands of one or many, but it is borne by all the companies. And now we are going to see some of the advantages and disadvantages of the company.
Now the advantages of joint stock company. The first advantage of joint stock company is limited liability. In joint stock company, limited liability is a key feature that protects shareholders. A limited liability encourages investment in companies as it reduces the individual risk for individual investors. This concept is one of the reasons why joint stock company are popular among the form of an organization. organization. The second advantage of joint stock company is transfer of interest. When it comes to transfer in interest, joint stock company, it typically involves buying and selling shares. Shareholders in joint stock company can transfer their ownership with interest by selling their shares and it to the individual and entities. And the third advantage of joint stock company is perpetual existence. It means that the life of company is not depend on the status of its shareholders. If shareholders sell their shares or pass away, the company continue to exist and operate. These features provide stability and continuity to the business. And the fourth advantage of joint stock companies scope for expansion. As compared to the other organizations, joint stock company has huge financial resources and capital can be attracted from public as well as through bank loans from bank and financial institutions. Thus, there is a greater scope for expansion. And the fifth advantage of joint stock company is professional management. A joint stock company can afford to pay high salaries to specialists and professionals. It can therefore
Are some disadvantages of joint stock company? First one, complexity. Second one, lack of secrecy. Third one, the impersonal work environment. Fourth one is the numerous regulations, and fifth one, the obligation management. First, complexity. The formation of company requires fulfilling of documentation and legal formalities, which make the producer lengthy and complex. Then second one, lack of secrecy. All the financial information is disclosed by the general public that there is no confidentiality or secrecy. Now, third one, impersonal work environment. The business affairs are managed by the professionals, not the owner. Thus, it lacks personal contact with employees and customers. Traffic management. The control of management of a company or the hands of use. There should be a misuse of the company involves various rules and regulations and which reduce the power